Hey YouTubers, let's do a country rib sandwich. Let's throw it in a cast iron skillet, finish it off in the oven, slap it on some bread with some barbecue sauce and onions. All right, let's get right into it here. We got our honey. Okay, we got our honey. We got our barbecue sauce. I'm using a Kraft Original. Use your favorite. I got a nice fresh roll. I got some onions and I sliced them thin. For this recipe, I like a thin sliced onion and not a thick one. And also I got my country style ribs. Okay, these are bone in. I'll take care of that later. I find a little bit more flavor with the bone, so I get the bone. All right, we got our oven preset at 485. Got the 2 pans getting hot already. And we'll get our onions in now. Okay, now we don't want to saute these too much because we're going to finish them off in the barbecue sauce. So we're just going to wilt them out a little bit, sweat them. Probably a couple minutes. Okay, we'll salt and pepper them up. And there's Charlie in the picture. Okay, a little salt and pepper. All right, now we'll move our attention over to the ribs. Okay, we want to lightly oil these. Again, I washed everything. Okay, pat them off dry. We want to lightly oil them and salt and pepper them up. Okay, and we want to do both sides. This dish is an old favorite of mine. I've been making this dish for years, and it never fails. It's quick, it's easy, and all the grocery stores have this meat, at least here on the East Coast. Check your grocery store and see if it's there. Okay, we want to do both sides. There you go. We'll flip on the onions. Remember, hot pan, cold oil. When you put the meat in, slap it away from you so you don't get any splatter. Okay, again, we got the onions slightly browned, more wilted than anything else. Just kind of sweat it out. And we'll get that barbecue sauce in and the honey. Now, honey's optional. You know, barbecue sauce is optional, honey's optional. You know, pick your favorite barbecue sauce and add honey or not. Just a little mix up, and we're gonna cook these for a couple minutes. Bring the meat in close for a closer look. And the meat's probably going to go 2-3 minutes on each side. And then we're going to finish off in the oven. Probably total cooking time, not more than 10 minutes. And flip away from you. Now it's nice browning on one side. Oh yeah. Onions are looking good. Roll is looking good. And the meat is looking good. Everything's looking good. And we'll plop these in the oven. Plop these out of the oven. And we'll plop them back in the oven. Plop them back out of the oven. And we'll check them. Of course, I was cutting there. It was a little longer in than that. And I'm showing 170, 165, 170. Good enough for me. Alright, so we let these cool a little bit, okay? You want to let the juices settle. And now we're just going to pick the meat off the bone. Okay, I like a little fat in mine. If you don't, cut it out, but I like a little bit in there. Little taste for the chef. Okay, and then what we'll do when we get the meat off the bone, what we want to use, we slice it up. I like about 1/4 inch slices. There you go. A little taste for the chef there. And another little taste for the chef. And another little taste for the chef. And a thumbs up. Okay, so from this point, we'll take our meat and we're going to put it in the sauce. Just heat it through a couple minutes while you get everything else ready. Let that meat soak up that barbecue sauce with the onion. And just like that, we're all cleaned up and ready to plate it up. This is a perfect roll for this dish. I'm glad I found it. Sometimes it's hard to get the perfect rolls. The smell is, of course, as good as it tastes. And I know it's going to taste good because I've eaten this probably 30, 40 times. And we're going to wrap this up and we're going to stick this in the oven for about 3-4 minutes just to get it all, that bread nice and soft. And that's some snaps for the thumbs there. And there you go. We'll have a peek at it. Nice and hot, and nice and soft. This is really one of my favorite sandwiches. I know I probably say that on all my cooks, but you can't go wrong with this sandwich. Oh, yeah. And let's have a little taste here. That's a good looking sandwich. You'd pay for that. Oh yeah. Definitely one of my top sandwiches. That's double thumbs up there. And there you go. I got my root beer, I got my sandwich, and I got my pickles. It don't get much better than that. All right, everyone. If you're going to make one, make this one. And have a good evening, everyone.